more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pour a cup, toast to the winners, throw it up.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Tannehill. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Tannehill. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tannehill. This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fields. This pass on target. Velus Jones with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bears at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
We'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Fields. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bears respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Lions. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense, they get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted in that close, you're automatically thinking 6 points the other way, but what I liked most about it was how the defense rallied, got up on their blocks, and didn't commit any penalties as well.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And they end it.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the 50, here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Off play action, Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Man open. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. Touchdown Bears! Cole Kmet, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Let's go. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Tannehill throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a toss right side for Breida. And he's got some space here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. He gives it up. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. This is caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll go with a keeper. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. A great play there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Good footwork at the 30. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now a give running left with Montgomery. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. There he goes right side. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. Fields again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here we go on fourth down. Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball.
Touchdown! James Mitchell, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after try forthcoming. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like...
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll start out here with the option left, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Landry. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. On first down, it's Porter, and he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they frame it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 22. Up the middle, it's Montgomery.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Ball sits on the 12, 3rd and goal.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Room here to run. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
67 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss, couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
To throw on third down, Landry. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles. And the Cardinals continuing to surge. They've scored again. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?